Hi everybody, Dan Illman, Matt Bernier, the DRF Bets race of the day for Wednesday, December the 5th, race number 8 at Gulfstream Park. We're going 6 furlongs. It's an entry-level allowance race. You can bet this nice card with a DRF Bets account. Sign up at bets.drf.com, receive a 300% deposit match. Let's meet the field of fillies and mares going 6 furlongs at race number 8 at Gulfstream on Wednesday. You can access free formulator past performances for this race on the Race of the Day event page at drf.com. Download them, handicap along with us. We'll take the field in post position order. Matt, the number 1, Miss Mashak, stakes place 2 starts back. Thought she had an excuse last time out. She got bumped both sides coming out of the gate. I had her 5 wide on the backstretch, 4 wide turning into the lane, and then she tired. She's done well over the main Gulfstream track, not Gulfstream West. I'm willing to give her some excuses for the last one.
I was going to say, and also Gulfstream West, it's just difficult to make up ground on that main track if you're coming from off the pace. And like you say, she has an affinity for the main Gulfstream here. She's got 2 victories, 2 starts back. I'm not going to hold that race against her. I recognize perhaps that race has not been spectacular, but it's better than what she's facing here in this spot. And look, if she runs the race 3 or 4 starts back, she's a major player.
She cuts back to arguably her best distance. Both of her lifetime victories have come at 6 furlongs, and she should get some pace to run at. As we see from the Timeform US pace projector, we are expecting a competitive pace up front, and the red bar indicates that Timeform US believes that the pace will be fast. Miss Meshach is last and would benefit from contested fractions. The 2, Christmas Magic, is a horse that's been on or near the lead in most of her races, and we see her being out-sprinted here. That could be problematic for the Kathleen O'Connell trainee. Maybe she found 7 a little bit too far last time out. That was a legitimate pace for that level, but I just didn't like the field she was in against.
No, and you're right. Maybe the slight turn back in distance will be to her benefit, but I just kind of look at it and say, overall, when you look and see all of her victories in Kevin gate-to-wire fashion, if the pace projector is accurate and she can't clear off to the front, I don't like her chances. And even if she can get to the front, she's going to be hounded from jump. This is just, to me, this race is crying out for someone coming from slightly off the pace.
Arcelor is going to be coming from a little bit further back than slightly off the pace. We see her on the pace projector in next to last position, but this filly is returning to a surface where she's had a good amount of success. She won 2 races at Gulfstream last winter and is repeating the Keeneland to Gulfstream off a slight layoff pattern that resulted in that victory on December the 7th. This is a filly who last time out was 4 wide on the backstretch, had to rush up to prompt the pace 3 wide, and just missed at 7. She turns back to 6, 3 of her 4 lifetime wins are at 6. I think she's very logical for Brendan Walsh.
And while the whole race may not be spectacular, the race that she exits, she did face a couple of decent horses. The 3rd place finisher, Honey Bunny, earned a 77 in her next start. And then the 9th place finisher was the next out winner with a 68. So I think you can make the argument that she may actually have sort of sneaky class lines coming into a race like this, where I think she's getting a little bit of relief. And you're right, the combination getting back to Gulfstream, cutting back in distance, I think she's very logical.
While our friends at Timeform US believe that the 4 La Quebrada will be part of that competitive and fast pace, Timeform US speed figures love this filly at 8-1 on the morning line. A 104 Timeform US speed fig. I got 2 starts back, 102, 3 back at Gulfstream, so she can step a little bit. And in that race 2 back at Thistledown way back in April, her most recent dirt start, she finished in a race with 3 next out winners, and the winner of that race came back to score with a 71 buyer, then second with a 70. She's interesting at a price going turf to dirt, second off the layoff.
Yeah, I think she's kind of one of those speed horses that if you're not sold on anyone else's chances in here, or you don't love anyone else, maybe she's one that you give a look. But I can echo the same sort of concerns I had for the 2 Christmas Magic with the 4 La Quebrada. I just feel like the amount of speed that's signed on in here, who knows? It's Gulfstream and speed is always advantageous, but boy, I just think this is going to be a very difficult situation to put away other speeds and then hold off the horses coming from a little bit off of it.
Bodie Babe is the number 5, and she might have the most upside of anyone in this race. She has only started twice in her career. She goes out for trainer Safi Joseph, who had a big meet at Gulfstream West and already has a victory at the Gulfstream Championship meet. And while this horse did go gate to wire last time out at Gulfstream West, I think it's too early to just sort of pigeonhole her into a running style where she's a speed. I think in this race they're going to try to sit off and hope that she builds on that maiden win from last time.
That's kind of how I looked at it. You know, you've only raced twice. It's too difficult, or too early anyway, to just immediately say that you absolutely have to have the lead to do your best. Draw a line through the first start where she didn't get out of the gate very well. I also look at it and say I don't think she has the kind of early speed to go with the speeds that are signed on in this race. So who knows? Maybe she won't be able to pass horses, but she's going to have a beautiful opportunity to prove that she can.
30-1 on the 640 Sweetheart, who was the most prolific winner in the field. 6 lifetime wins, 3 of those scores at Gulfstream Park. She did a lot of work last time out, pressing the pace before tiring. It was actually a pretty good performance considering she was 86-1. I'm just not sure she's an allowance horse. You look at her races, a lot of the low-level claiming events.
Yeah, I was going to say, maybe from a class standpoint, she's a little bit compromised. She has done some good work in the past with different connections, whether it's Gilberto Zerpa or Armando de la Cerda, but at the same time, the recent form, I know the 2-start back race, that one was pretty good, but the most recent run, that gives me sort of concern that she's going to be forwardly placed and get cooked again.
The 7, Lazmimi Princess, has multiple stakes placed in her career, and she was in a tough spot, I thought, at Gulfstream West on October the 19th. Winner of that race is a nice horse. Came back to run 3rd in the Millions Distaff Preview, earned a 75 Buyer's speed figure. A couple concerns here, though, for this 3-year-old filly. A, she's got speed in a race full of gas. B, she was listed as a vet scratch on November 23rd.
Yeah, neither of those are particularly good. And you see Paco Lopez is listed aboard her. You know where Paco wants to be forwardly placed as well. So I do wonder, with a horse like this, and even the 8 Heavens Pulpit, who we'll talk about more momentarily, I wonder if the outside draw almost forces their hand to take that sort of, what we would say is an ideal sort of stalking position. I wonder, do you really want to get into some sort of a prolonged duel? But again, her best races have come when she's out right on the lead.
And that's a huge question for our morning line favorite, the number 8 Heavens Pulpit. 5-2, both lifetime wins, came on the early lead. Last time out, her career best Buyer by a long way came when controlling the pace, and in that race she broke from a far outside post, made the lead rather easily. She was second best at 33-1. It was a big performance, but her 2 races at Gulfstream West have resulted both in career best Buyers. Maybe she prefers the surface over there. At 5-2, she could easily win this race, but considering that she'll have to work hard on the lead, I'm going to look elsewhere.
Yeah, I agree with you. And to be honest, it's not necessarily just an indictment on her. I kind of look at the entirety of this field and say, I don't think anyone should be a short price in here. I don't think any of them have tremendous edges. I would give the edge to anyone coming from off the pace. But at the same time, I think it's difficult to take a short price on any horse in this race.
Well, let's take a look at our top selections for Wednesday's DRF Bets Race of the Day. You're going with Bodie Babe, the filly with all the upside. You're just hoping that Tyler Gaffalione can get her just to settle a little bit, just off the pace, and maybe get the jump on the true closers, most notably my top pick, the 3 Arcelor.
And who knows, maybe Bodie Babe isn't capable of passing horses, but I think it's just too early to make a definitive statement one way or the other. And the other thing I did like about that maiden score, came back a little bit light from a time form standpoint, admittedly, but she put away the other speeds in that race. And there were some horses making up some ground late. So she did some real running in that spot. I don't think she has the gas to go early. I don't want her to go early. I want Gaffalione to try to get her to relax off. And like you said, get the first jump on a horse like Arcelor, because I do feel like it's going to help coming from slightly off of it.
Give me numbers.
5-1-3.
I like the same ship-in layoff pattern that resulted in the win at Gulfstream last year for Arcelor. Like Brendan Walsh, think he's an underrated trainer. Love this pace setup. I think Arcelor is coming into this race in better form than last year when she won first time out at Gulfstream. I'm hoping she can run these down late. 3-8-1-5 for me in the DRF Bets Wednesday Race of the Day. Bet the race, bet the card with a DRF Bets account. Easy sign up. Bets.drf.com. Immediately receive a 300% deposit match. Approximate post time for the 8th at Gulfstream on Wednesday, 4:05 Eastern. Good luck.